Dan, how much did you know about Benoit Saint Denis before they offered you him as an opponent?
What do you reckon?
What do I reckon?
No, I seen. I would have first heard about him when he got matched with Poirier. Obviously, like France is a huge market for the UFC, and you could see that they were like pushing him a bit quick. They were pushing BSD a bit quick, like rushing him, and then they throw him in the deep end with a guy like Dustin Poirier. And to be honest, like I saw that, and then I think I saw the Moicano fight after when he lost, and the amount of guys that I've seen come through over the years where it's like they get brought in by the UFC, they get nice cherry pick fights because they want to build something in that market. They reach the top end, the ranked fighters, the guys, the higher end of the division, and you just never see them ever again. So he did take that loss to Poirier and then Moicano. And now he's back. Like that is something that I respect. I respect that because as a guy myself that's picked myself off the canvas and gone, had a couple losses and then got back on a win streak, had a couple of losses. Like I know how tough that is. I know how much character you need as a human to pick yourself back up off the mat. And so he's done that now. It doesn't impress me when guys come in with undefeated records and you see them cherry picking opponents, like good matchups. They only fight when they help. Like that doesn't impress me. Guy that can take those two hard losses too, finish losses, and then pick himself back up and get back on a win streak. I tip my hat.
So where do you think his level is, right? Like, as you said, he lost to Moicano, he lost to Poirier, but he has come back from that and beat Rufy, beat good guys. So where do you think his level is in this division?
That's what everyone's going to see. We're going to see. That's why they put this fight together, all right? Like, he went away, he did his hard yards, he picked himself back up, and now he's back with a tough fight. He's back in the mix with a guy that's proven his skills. He's back with a ranked opponent. He's back with the guys that are tough.
He said he was here for a war with Dan Hooker. I mean, he has that in his locker, but we've also seen him fight a bit more technically with the game plan. What are you expecting from him this weekend?
Oh, brother, there's plan A, B, C, D, E, F. You got to account for all of them. You know what I mean? You obviously hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. That's the best way to go about it. You can't just be like, I'm going to get this guy out of here and around, and then you just fall to bits when that doesn't play out the way. I feel like at some stage when all the options have been exhausted, me and him are it's gonna come down to a battle of who can bite down that little bit tougher.
You did say he was very ugly, but you got to meet him for the first time.
I seen him yesterday. He's not that bad looking. I don't know what. Maybe it was like after I seen his face busted up. But people could say the same about me. You know what I mean? But we all know I'm not ugly. Hey.
Kia ora, Dan. A lot of fighters keep their game plans close to their chest fight week, but on Embedded you were out there with saying exactly what you're planning to do. Is it because people...
What did I say? I just say things I don't remember what I said.
Basically said you're going to swing and make it dirty for them.
Oh, come on. Come on, Papa.
And you said with Oscar that you kind of come to terms with you may never touch gold, but people are liking you to this generation's Cowboy Cerrone, where you're just a fan favorite and everyone...
Oh, fuck, take it with a grain of salt, you know what I mean? You I'm 12 hours after getting my ass kicked. I'm waking up the next day, and that's my immediate, that's just the frame of mind I was in at the moment. You obviously wake up and you had your eyes on the title and you were going to do this and that, and then just the manner in which I was beaten, I expected to fight down in the rankings a couple of times before I got an opportunity to fight ahead of myself in the rankings again. But then they give me BSD, who's ranked eighth in the division on a win streak. You get past BSD, you're not fighting anyone lower than him again. You get past BSD, you're back in the mix. But to be honest, I like that frame of mind myself. I was asking the boys the other day, I was like, I enjoy that frame of mind. Like, I went into the Arman fight with the wrong frame of mind. Like, I'm the best, I'm the most skillful, this and that, That's not where I thrive. I thrive I want to ruin his dreams. I said, I want to ruin his dreams. I want to take them from him. And I asked the boys, I said, does that make me a bad person? And they said, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. And I said, they're going to pay me a boatload of money to ruin people's dreams, and I'm still a good guy. I've found my niche, baby.
Speaking about being a good guy, you've started a YouTube channel with your daughter. How are you finding that experience, and how involved are you with it? Like, do you edit the videos and everything, or you just help film them?
There's a one-man band. There's a one-man band right here. She did kick me off. Like, we were going, Zoe and Dan Hooker TV. That was the original name. And then she pulled me aside. She's like, Dad, I've got to... She actually talks to her wife, and she's like, I've got to talk to Dad about something. Well, I want to take his name off just so it was Zoe Hooker TV. And I was like, And she talked to me about it. She's like, oh, Dad, I got to speak to you about something. Like, I want you to lose the Dan off the Zoe and Dan Hooker TV. So she was kicking me out, but I absolutely love it that she was 6 years old at the time. Like, what's 6-year-old? Like, that's the best you want. That's player at 6 years old. She's player one. That I absolutely loved. But then she realized that I was the one carrying the whole team. I edit, I film, I do it all, brother.
Sure,
Dan, you talk about taking dream from others. What about yours? With a win on Saturday, is the BMF title something you dream of or a goal for you in 2026?
I haven't dreamed I haven't had a dream in a while, my friend. You got to stick. I actually stopped dreaming a very long time ago. That's a real story. You know what? When I stopped dreaming, I used to have dreams that, when you're having fight dreams, when you wake up and you're like fighting someone and you're hitting them like heaps and you just can't hurt them. That's like a real common one. Well, I actually figured it out in my dreams. I would like clinch them and then knee them, and then they'd give them heaps of cuts and there's heaps of blood. And then since I figured out how to bash people in my dreams, I've never dreamed ever again. I clocked it.
And what about goals?
Goals. My goals in life are to make more money than I can spend.
Dan, back here, talking about making more money that you can spend. So much has been made of the new bonuses that have been brought in, but you did get a big win at the Pokies recently. How worried are you about the money now that you've got that big Pokies win?
That I've got, well, $500 ain't changing any of them. I'll stick to fighting. I'm not quite ready to retire from fighting and take up my professionally gambling career, but that's coming very soon. What do you say? You gotta have, no one will sponsor me. You gotta be sponsored by, what is it? You gotta be sponsored by things that align with your brand. Drinking, gambling, and punching people in the head. Those are the only three things I care about on the face of the planet.
And it feels, at least, that this fight week and this build-up is a lot more chill than the last one. Maybe not as much bad blood.
Yeah, because you're fucking arguing with a door. He's like the nicest bloke in the world. I was gripping at straws. I was calling him ugly, and then I look at him. He's not even that bad looking. He's got ears like a lifeboat. But besides that, what has he said? I seen him yesterday, shakes my hand and says, thanks for taking the fight. I'll go, fuck me days. How am I supposed to argue with this bloke?
So would you prefer there was some arguing?
I don't. Either way, like it makes this part of it like more fun. It makes this part of it more fun. It makes like the build up more fun, like having a bit of tension, having a bit of back and forth. I don't mind a bit of banter. But once you all stepped on the scales and you don't see them, and it doesn't matter whether you hate the guy or you love the guy. When you step inside the ring, it's at this level. I've felt every single emotion you can possibly feel in the world, and not a single one helps you inside of that cage. You get angry, you lose. You get happy and distracted, you lose. You have to be cold when you step in that cage. You have to be cold and completely emotionless.
Thank you very much.
Aaron came to you at Combat Academy. How does it feel?
Not my monkey, not my circus, brother. I threw him on to... I passed him on to... It's Eugene Behrman's problem now.
But see him start off like that and to see where he is now on the cusp of a UFC contract, how does that make you feel?
Yeah. He's like always capable of that. Like me and Aaron get on. We're the Bash Brothers. That's what we are. So this is the first time I've obviously coached them for a bunch of fights. We've never fought on the same card together. There's a recipe for disaster here. There's a recipe for disaster. The after party, better watch out.
Yeah, I'm surprised no one has obviously asked you yet, but what did you make of Paddy's performance against Justin Gaethje?
Dog shit. He talks an awful lot of shit for someone that fights like that. You know what I mean? If the only thing coming out of that fight, the only thing coming out of it is that you got a good chin, coming from experience, you fought like shit.
Obviously, you had a back and forth with him. So, do you ever see yourself squashing it with him, or is it just the fight you want?
Nah, I'm a thumbs up, thumbs down guy. He's thumbs down. You know, like this guy talks, and then he gets caught on his shit, and he just turns into victim. He goes into victim mode straight away. Like he's talk shit. Is that common knowledge that he talked shit about Conor McGregor, and then Conor McGregor drove around to his house? He drove around to his house and he sat outside in his car calling the bloke, and Paddy refused to come outside. That tells you all you need to know about a guy.
And obviously, it looks like it's going to be Justin Gaethje and Ilia Topuria next. So, who do you think wins out of that fight?
Fuck. You a betting man?
No.
You a betting man? Okay, the cameras are all pointed at me. Put your hand up if you think Justin Gaethje's going to win. Ain't a fucking person in this room that put their goddamn hand up. You can't, you know what I mean? Oh, like I don't know why we aren't seeing Ilia versus Arman. Like we gotta have this. We gotta do this. I like Gaethje. We gotta do this. Like and the sport is all about timing and momentum but it's just like Arman's in his physical peak. Ilia's in his physical peak. We want to see like the guys that are on streaking. They're having their moment. Compete against each other at this time. You know what I mean? If you sit around and wait long enough, like guys, like one day Ilia will not have that momentum. You know what I mean? Guys can get clipped and then they lose that momentum. Like no, someone asked me in an interview the other day, and they were like, "How do you beat Ilia Topuria right now?" And I just said, "Father time." I said, "You give it enough time, you roll the dice for long enough, and that's it. No one's the best forever. It's extremely momentary." But while these two guys are streaking and they're in their physical prime and the momentum's there, like that's the fight that we want to see. Even though what was fucking Arman chiming? I did an interview. Arman's chiming at me. I was like, "Watch the whole interview, you dickhead. I'm the one pushing for you to get a title shot, and you're chatting shit at me."
Okay, and just last one.
I do like him now, though. I'll add that in. He's won me over.
Obviously, you got your fight this Sunday morning, but if they was to call you for the White House card, is there any interest?
The White, yeah, that's like a massive. I think taxi! Every man and his dog is going to be fighting to get on that card. That's kind of where I'm at now. Is I want to do I did this card because I knew it would be like this. I knew it would be just a fun event with like all the boys here. I know everyone on the card, top to bottom. It's like a hometown fight without the pressure. And I'm having the best time all fight week. That's why I wanted to be a part of this card. For the rest of my career, it'll just be fights that I want, like fights that get me excited. Get me the fuck out of the Middle East.
Hey Dan, I don't want to go.
No vibes there.
No vibes at all. I don't want to go back to Arman, but
Have a couple of beers and let's have a good time. You know what I mean? There was fist fights. Anyway, moving on.
It's been said that Arman is interested in dropping down and having a go at Volk at some point. You've just said that.
Who the fuck said that?
He said that he's interested in potentially doing that.
Does he miss weight a bunch of times?
Well, I was going to ask.
He can't even get a title shot at lightweight. How the fuck is he going to get a title shot at featherweight?
I was going to ask. Are you almost just a bit sick of people around featherweight and lightweight just jumping up and down and moving around weight divisions? You just happy just to see blokes just stay in their division and just drink it out?
I like them jumping and hopping and skipping around. As a man that doesn't care about the scale, cares about weight classes. Like, I got into the sport like when it didn't matter that much. Weight cutting's the dumbest thing it's the dumbest part of the sport. I'm still going to sit in the sauna on Friday. You know what I mean?
Could we see you bump up a division?
Bump up. Yeah. I fought a bloke that's 130 kilos. I don't think a bloke that weighs 77 kilos. I weigh this. You know what I mean?
Thanks, mate.
Oh. Cheers, brothers.